La 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 la. Ooh, la 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 la
Yeah, say
la 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 la. Hey, what's going on, my Gilligan Callus? Welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Games. Hopefully you guys are all having a fabulous day like usual, everyone. We are here on Treacherous Heights, which is a nice map. I don't mind this one, actually. I quite enjoy playing on here as long as I get my route. But I do have a little bit of a topic today. It is a little bit of a different one, actually. It's getting to know you guys more than myself. I want you guys to all be connected to each other just like I'm connected to you guys. I want the same, like, I just want to be a little family. I'll just say I want to be a little YouTube family, and even off YouTube I still want to have that connection with you all, which is awesome. So this episode I wanted to dedicate this video to you guys and getting to know you guys a lot better than what I do now, and just making everyone get to know you better as a person. So I want to ask a series of questions throughout this video that I would love for you all to answer, if you can. If you have the time to, of course. I get that some of you guys are in a rush and you have other things to do, but for those that are just chilling and hanging around, I would really appreciate if you guys could answer these questions about yourself. They're very self-explanatory, and they're just questions about yourself, so they won't take too long. But I also want to make this video not just for me to get know you guys, but for you guys to know yourself a little bit more, because I know a lot of the time we don't really think about ourselves too much and who we are as a person. So I want to propose these questions to you guys for you to answer, just so you guys can think about yourselves for a minute, and I don't know, it'd be cool for me to answer them as well and respond to you guys and just get to know you guys better, as I said before, but also for you guys to get to know yourself a little bit more as well. So the first question I have to ask you guys is something that you're interested in. So it could be computer games, since a lot of you guys are playing on the computer or on the computer as we speak. As we're watching this video, you're on the computer. Sorry to break it to you, but you really are on a computer. Or actually, you could be on a tablet, which is another option, or your Xbox. We get it. But yeah, so what do you guys enjoy? It can be sport. If you guys are a sports sort of person, you guys can leave that down there below. So if you guys, I'm going to answer these questions as well, so it's not just going to be you guys, so you guys can get to know me a bit better. I'm into gaming, and I like to play a game called netball, which I'm not sure, it is a pretty well-known sport, I'm pretty sure. I have had people in the past not understand what netball is. It's basically basketball, basically a female version. Guys can play it, it's just less like common, and it's basically you can't run with the ball, you just gotta stop, no contact, whereas basketball is those things. So I used to play competitive netball for my club team, but I recently quit a year ago, just because there wasn't enough teams, and I just had a break because I started a job and I thought it was a lot more important than that, so I had priorities. But that's basically it. I like gaming, I love sport, I'm a very competitive person, sometimes too competitive, and I have to sort of pull myself back from being too competitive. But overall, I like sport. I'm basically an anything sort of person. I'm really easy, so I like to see what you guys are. But the next question is 3 things that you like about yourself, and I want to sort of focus on personality for this question. Well, there will be another one in the later on this episode, but 3 personality traits that you really like about yourself, and these can vary between anything really. I'll tell you mine, for example. I'm going to try and think of them right now on the spot because I didn't really plan this video, but one of the personality traits I really like is I'm willing to do anything. I'm a really easygoing person. I will try new things, and basically I thrive off trying new things. I love it. I rather do something I have never done before than do something I have done before again. I love to do new things. That's just who I am as a person, whereas I know a lot of people don't like trying new things. They just like to stick with the things they're comfortable with. I am sort of the total opposite. However, I am not a daredevil. I do like to do things that are surreal and they are not like jumping out of a plane and stuff. However, if a friend decided to do that, if they asked me to do it, I would do it. So that's one of my personality traits I do like in myself. The second would have to be I like to think that I'm a really courteous person. I'm well mannered and I have a lot of respect for people, and if they treat me with respect, I treat them with respect. It's basically a win-win, and I care a lot for people if they treat me right. So I like that thing. I will go through a lot of measures just to be friends with someone. That's like the third one. Like, I try and be friends with a lot of people. Oh wow. I like to be friends with a lot of people, and I don't really, I like to have a variety of friends, and my friends don't have to be interested in the same thing as me. So along the lines of being that friend that I've always wanted to be, I also like to be that person that is that friend that everyone wants. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect, but my aim when I have a friendship is to be that person that someone can call when they need to, someone that's always there to talk and not going to like discriminate or judge what they say, just someone you can come to for advice. Even though I may not be the best advice giver, or I may not know what you're going through, I always want to be that person that you feel comfortable with going to, or who is willing to take the measures in order to contact you and make sure you're okay. That's the friend I want to be, and right now I think I'm on the way to being that person. But as I said, it still comes back to how people treat me, and that all determines how much effort that I put into a friendship. I have a friendship where I will do anything. I would do anything for them, and that is mainly that is only for the reason that I get the same in return. I don't want to be that person that is used. I don't want to be that person that people come to but they don't really like you. Overall, I just want to be that person that people feel comfortable with coming to, and that they can call at 10 o'clock at night, or they can call at 1 o'clock in the morning and know that they're going to be okay. Like, just to be that reassuring person that's always there for someone and willing to help out. But it all comes down back to respect and how people treat you, and if they are willing to do the same thing, because you don't want a one-sided friendship where they're giving nothing and you're giving it all. So that is what it comes down to. If people treat me with respect, I treat them with it, and I will always offer a person all those things if I think they're worth it. And I have a lot of friendships that I would do that for. Well, actually probably only two, but for those two I would literally do anything to like help them or just be there for them. Even though one of them doesn't even live near me, I do my best to still keep in contact and help her whenever she needs to and talk. So the third and final personality trait that I like about myself is nearly 100% of the time I can be myself and not be worried about it. It's probably one of the main ones that I always had trouble with, was being myself around people, and I always was worried about what they had to say, and I always believed them. And that was probably the biggest wrong move that I ever made, was caring what other people said. And I don't know, I've learned not to anymore. I still do obviously take what they say to heart sometimes, but I've learnt to only, like, you can filter what they say. Like, you can only take in what you want to hear or what you think is relevant and important, and not something that they're trying to hurt your feelings or anything like that. So the third and final question for this video, and that I pose to you guys to answer, is actually, what are your goals and ambitions for the future? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in the future? What do you just want to achieve in the next I don't know, 10 years or so? What do you want to, where do you see yourself? What achievements do you want to have achieved? And that sort of thing. So for me personally, what I want to achieve, probably just like anyone else, is happiness. Everyone wants to be happy. That's a cliche one. Also, I want to have a successful job, and recently, the way I want to think about it is I don't really know what I want to do right now, and people are trying. I feel like people are trying to pressure that into you. Like, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? And to them, I don't have the answer to that question, and I wish I did. But my ambition and or goal for like the next few years, or within the next year, is to find something that I really, really want to do, something that I'm passionate about, and something that I can work my way up to. Because I don't want to have a job that I sit at and there's no possible ranking system. I want to be able to achieve more once I'm in that industry, and I just want to keep going higher and higher and higher. And what I've been thinking about recently, as a job career, was joining the Australian Navy, like the Australian Navy. I thought it would be a really interesting idea. So one of my goals or ambitions for this year would be to actually apply for that, and there's this quiz you can take to find out what role would best suit you. It's actually just the Australian Defence which does it, and then basically they you sit this exam where that you fill out all the things that you like. It's multiple choice. You answer the questions, and it will give you a results of what positions they think would be best suited for you, and what you would enjoy out of the defense. The Australian Defence Force. And basically those jobs can vary between the Air Force, the Navy, or actually a soldier out on the battlefield, which I wouldn't want to do. I'm leaning towards the Navy, but as I said, I don't really know if that's what I want to do. But soon I want to be able to say that I know what I want to do, and I want to be on the path working towards that. And to start this idea of being a Navy officer, and I probably may want to do communications, so technology and communications within the system. When I'm 16 and a half, I will be actually going ahead and filling out a form. I want to do that form that shows me where I could be, and I think it would be really, really cool. So that's probably one of my goals, is to find out where I fit in, where I can see myself, and just that sort of thing. And look at it. So that's probably one of my main goals, is to find where I fit in and where I want to see myself in the future. And when you're in the middle of a conversation and people decide to fight you, that moment when a two team runs away from you, and they tried to clean up as well. That's so sad. But yeah, so that would be one of mine. I just want to find where I fit in within the work area, particularly. I don't know where I fit in as a person currently, but I just want to find a job where I can just progress. It's successful. It earns some money, because I don't want to obviously go to university or do all these things to be earning the same wage as a normal person would be. So you need some benefits out of it, which the Australian Defence Force offers, which is really, really great. Also, one of my other goals is to get a really good OP, which is your end result after school, which you guys in America or other countries could have a different sort of system that they do, but in Australia it's an OP, and I just want to get a good high OP, which enables me to do whatever I want to do, and yeah, just be successful really. is my goals to be obviously happy and healthy as well, which is a main one. But those are my goals and ambitions. That is a little bit about me that you guys could have learned something about. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. We're gonna head into the deathmatch just because why the heck not? We're doing well this game. I always do well on Zone 85 for some weird reason. Out of all the maps, I normally pull off a win on Zone 85, which is surprising. But let's go. So I really would appreciate you guys answering those questions in the comments below if you have spare time, as I said before. If you don't, that's completely fine. I don't expect you all to. But just the whole purpose of this video wasn't for me to be a sticky beak and know more about you. Well, it sort of was. It wasn't a sticky beak, but it was for me to know more about you. But the main reason why I did it was because, for me personally, and probably for a lot of you guys as well, we don't really think about too much of what we want to achieve. I never have really sat myself down and thought about these things before, so I thought that some of you guys could be the same as me and just not one of those people that sit down and think about where they are going to be or who they are as a person. And I think they're really important, and that is why I just wanted to basically make this video, was for you guys to learn something about yourselves or just appreciate something about yourselves that you didn't already know about, which is why I made this video. And we won that game, GG. So yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this different sort of video as a cut-com. I wasn't trying to get a win or anything like that, which was the reason why it skipped over a few different maps. I just really wanted to focus on this topic, so hopefully you guys enjoy. If you did, remember to leave a like. If you can answer those questions, is obviously greatly appreciated, but if you can't, I totally understand. But see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Would you be the preacher? Would you be my done? I still got a lot of shit to learn, I'll admit.